But what we want to do is we want to share with everybody, especially women, because a lot of women are walking around with this energy and are not even aware of this energy, right? A lot of women, some you have the set of women who take it and use it to do because they know they got power to do shit they ain't got no business doing. And you have the women who do what's righteous with it. They don't walk around bragging about their power. And you have the ones who know why they have power and use it for good to do what they're supposed to do in the spiritual realm, on the spiritual realm. Okay. Now, how many of you have heard of the EME? If you have, put it in the chat on the YouTube. But in India. So a lot of people, they feel like that it's only in Africa. But most people, and now in Europe, okay, so when you hear the term witches in Europe and in the European world, they call them witches, right? But in each tribe or other parts of the world, they have different names for them, but they are the same as the Iami or Saranga, okay? A lot of people sleep on that, but they don't know. Do you want to add something to that?
Yeah, a lot of people sleep on that energy, but you know, when it comes to that, these women, a lot of these women, a lot of them are into different religions. Some of them are in the church, some of them practice Islam, so they don't even realize the power they have. And the problem is, a lot of the women they're praying to God or Jesus, and they don't realize when they put their mind to something and they start praying, it happens. It has nothing to do with Jesus or the God outside of them. It's the God within them and the energy that they carry. And when we say witches, it a lot of times it has a derogatory meaning, but we're not just people that practice, living a natural way of life and dealing with the plants and herbs, but women are born with a energy source and a power that most men don't have. Some men do have it, and those are the what they call the wizards or and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's predominantly women that have this energy, and that sometimes they don't even realize they have it. In Africa, they recognize them a lot of times early, because so they'll recognize the women, and then they'll recognize the children as having witch power too.
Okay. Now, Tavia, yes, you still have to call me. And preferably on Tuesday, call me so we can set up a time for your reading, okay? But you have to call me because I get booked very fast. So Tuesday.
Law Professor says, what about white women, even white women?
Well, the ones in Europe, they call themselves witches. They have a coven of witches. Mm-hmm. They call them witches, or they call them the black doves in Europe. Mm-hmm. Right. But you have a set of white witches now that are actually claiming themselves to be the Iami or Saranga. They're claiming themselves as Iami. They have a witch coven, what is it, in Europe?
Yeah, in Europe.
And they call themselves the Iami.
But somebody, I don't know, they got to be careful with that though, because you don't want to offend the Iami. Large Professor say, what do you think about, he says, do you think the Kardashians are witches?
Yeah,
They witches?
I sure do.
Why you think?
They're a bunch of goddamn witches. Yes, they are.
And they know what energy to tap into too.
Sure are. Yep, they're witches. Trust me when I tell you.